Hello my lovelies, let me hope you are great. Well, my beautiful name is Kitty and this is Kitty Crochets. If you're new here, I kindly beg of you to click on that subscribe button before you go any further, and when you do so, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that YouTube will keep you posted when I upload any new video. So I am back with another tutorial, and today we are going to look at how to make a crochet halter top, and I am going to be using two colors. I am going to be using pink and blue. This is Robin and it is 100% acrylic. I am going to be using two balls at once to get a stronger strand. I am going to use my 3.5 millimeter hook, a pair of scissors and a measuring tape. So let's go into our tutorial. We are going to start by taking the bust measurements of the person you are making the top for, and I have already made mine. My bust is 36 inches, and you are now going to divide the inches you've got by 2, and when I divide 36 inches by 2, I'll get 18 inches. One part of the 18 inches will be for the back part, and then the other one will be for the front part. We are going to consider the front part at first, and I am now going to divide these 18 inches that I've got into 3, and when I divide them into 3, I get 6 inches. So we are going to make the front part into 3 parts. That is, I'm gonna first do the 6 inches, I again do the next 6 inches, and lastly I'll do the remaining 6 inches. Let me hope you've got me. Get your bust measurements. You divide those bust measurements into 2, and then that figure that you've got, when you divided your bust measurements into 2, you divide it into 3. After dividing the bust, we are now going to consider the height. I am going to start with 5 inches, but if at all you feel these are less or more, you can add on, you can adjust them, but I am going to start with 5 inches as the height of my top. You are going to understand it better when we have started. So I am going to make a chain that is going to equate to 5 inches without stretching. I am going to start with my blue yarn, and I'm going to start by making a slip knot. I rotate my yarn around and then come, bring my hook and pull this behind yarn. So for a chain, I yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, up to when I have 5 inches. Well, these are 5 inches. I am gonna be using a double crochet, so I am gonna make extra 3 chains. I yarn over and come in the 4th chain, and I place there my double crochet. I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. I again yarn over, come to the very next chain, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Again yarn over, come to this very next one, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Let me show it to you one last time. I yarn over and pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So I'm gonna place double crochets in each and every stitch up to the end of the line. At the end, in this very last chain, I am going to place there 2 double crochets. I am making an increase, 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. After that, I am going to chain 1 and then turn my work. So when I turn my work, I am again going to start by making an increase, that is placing 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, and come to the very next one, place there 1 double crochet, come to the next one, place there 1 double crochet, and the next one as well, up to when I reach the end. So at the end, I'm going to come in this very last double crochet. I yarn over and pull through, I yarn over and pull through. So I am now going to change color. I am going to get my yarn of another color and then come pull through these last 2 loops. I then first join the 2 colors together to make it a little bit tighter and make a chain. After that, I have already made a chain 1, so I am going to make 6 more chains. 2, 6, and then turn my work. So I'm going to yarn over and come in the 4th chain, and I place there my double crochet. Again yarn over, come in the 2nd one, place there a double crochet, come to the next one, place there a place there a double crochet, and come to the next one as well, place there a double crochet, come to the next stitch, place there a double crochet up to the end. I've come to the end, and in this very last stitch I'm going to be placing there 2 double crochets in that very same stitch. After that, I chain 1 and turn my work. I again start by placing 2 double crochets in the very same stitch. I then come to the next one, place there 1 double crochet, and the next stitch as well. Come to the next stitch, place there 1 double crochet up to when I get to the end. Don't forget to always place a double crochet in this very last stitch, and I'm gonna come right here and I change color. So I'm just gonna yarn over and pull through 2 loops. I then get my blue color and pull through these last 2. I then join the 2 colors together and make a chain. After that, I abandon the pink color. I've already made a chain, so I'm gonna make 6 more to make it a total of 7 chains. After that, I turn my work. So when I turn my work, I yarn over and come in this 4th chain, and I place there a double crochet, come to the next one, place there a double crochet, come to the next one as well, and place there a double crochet. I'm gonna be placing now double crochet in each and every stitch up to when I get to the end of the line. So on one side we are gonna be increasing with 2 double crochets in each and every end and start of the line, and on one side we shall be making a chain of 7. An increase will be a chain of 7. So let me place double crochets in each and every stitch till I get to the end where I have to make an increase. At the end, I am going to come in this very last stitch, and I place there 2 double crochets. After that, I am going to chain 1, turn my work. I again start by placing 2 double crochets in this very first stitch. After that, I place 1 double crochet in each and every stitch up to when I get to the end. At the end, I am gonna come and place a double crochet in this very last stitch. I come, place there a double crochet. Remember, I always change color every after 2 lines, so I'm gonna come and get my pink color and I join it. I make a chain and then abandon the blue to keep the pink color. I am now going to make a chain of 6 to make a total of 7 chains with the first chain that I initially made. After that, I am going to yarn over and come into the 4th chain, and I place there a double crochet, come to the next one, place there a double crochet, come to the next one as well and place there a double crochet, come to this next one, place there a double crochet and the next stitches. So I'm gonna do this and let me get back to you when I've reached the end. At the end of the line, I place 2 double crochets in this very last stitch. After that, I chain 1 and then turn my work. I again start by placing 2 double crochets in this very first stitch and then place normal double crochets in each and every stitch up to the end. At the end, I'm gonna come and place a double crochet in this very last stitch. So instead of yarning over and pulling through, the last two, I'm gonna get my second color and pull it through. I then make a chain with both colors, just like this. After that, I abandon the pink color and continue with the blue color. I make a chain of 6 to make it a total of 7 with the one I chained already. I yarn over, come to the fourth, place there a double crochet, and then come place a double crochet in each and every stitch and chain that I have. So come right here, place there a double crochet, come to the next stitch, place there a double crochet, and the next one as well up to the end. So this is going to be the pattern. On this side, you place 2 double crochets in each and every last and first stitch, and on this side at the end of 2 lines you make a chain of 7 to make these steps that you see. So I'm gonna do this up to when I have something that can stretch to equate to 6 inches. So let me get back when I have that. So well, this is it, and this can stretch to 6 inches, and we are done with doing one part of our 6 inches. We are going to our second part. Remember, the first part is going to include 3 different parts of 6 inches. Well, for the next 6 inches, we are not going to be making any increase up here, and we are only going to be increasing down here. So you are going to get those, I'm going to get the 6 inches and I deduct 2 inches, and when I deduct those 2 inches, those 2 inches are the only inches we won't make an increase down here. Let me hope you are getting me. You are gonna get any inches that you have, whether they are 7 or 8 or 9, any inches, and you deduct 2 inches. So when I deduct 2 inches from 6 inches, I will remain with 4 inches, and when I remain with 4 inches, I'm now going to divide those 4 inches again by 2. Let me hope you are getting me. I'm going to divide again the 4 inches by 2 to make 2 inches. So I'm first gonna do 2 inches. After those 2 inches, I will do these 2 inches of no increase down here, and again I will do the remaining 2 inches. For instance, you have 8 inches. You are going to deduct 2 inches from the 8 inches to get 6 inches. When you get 6 inches, you will again divide the 6 inches by 2 to make 3 inches. You will then first do 3 inches and then do these 2 inches that we deducted from the 8 of no increase down here, and at the end you will do the 3 inches. Let me hope I am clear. So I am now going to first do my 2 inches. Let me just show you how you can make no increase at the top. So I'm just gonna come and place my double crochets in each and every stitch down here, just like I have been doing before, up to when I get to that top part. So let me do this and get back to you when I am up there. In this very last stitch, instead of placing 2 double crochets here, you are just gonna come and place there 1 double crochet. After that, you are going to chain 1 and then turn your work. When you turn your work, again, instead of placing 2 double crochets right here in the first stitch, you are gonna place there 1 double crochet. This means that you are only going to be placing normal double crochets in each and every stitch. So this is it, and let me do this. I'm just gonna be placing 1 double crochets at the end and at the start, and let me get back to you now when I am done with my 2 inches. For my 2 inches, I have made 3 lines, and as you can see, they can stretch to 2 inches. As I told you, I've not been making any increase here, and I am now going to make the next 2 inches, and for the next 2 inches we are neither going to be increasing up nor at the bottom. So I'm going to just come right here, place there a normal double crochet, 1 double crochet, come to the next stitch, place there one double crochet, come to the next one, place there double crochet up to when I reach the bottom. When you come at the end, you are just going to come in this very last stitch and you place there double crochet. So remember, I change color every after 2 lines. I am going to come and do the same thing. After that, I am going to chain 1. So when I chain 1, I am going to abandon the blue color and then pick the pink one. So instead of now chaining 6 more, I am just going to turn my work, and when I turn my work, I'm going to come and place a double crochet in this very first stitch. Come place right here double crochet. Oops, sorry. I then yarn over, come to the very next stitch and place there a double crochet. Come to the next one, place there a double crochet up to when I reach the end. Remember at the top, this is the bottom. Remember at the top here, we are also making lines of no increase. So it's the same thing that I'm gonna do down here for 2 inches. I just place 1 double crochet in the very last stitch. I chain 1 and turn my work. I again start with a double crochet in the very first stitch. So let me do this and get back to you when I am done with 2 inches. I am done with my 2 inches of no decrease down here, as you can see, still making no decrease at the top. So I am now going to do the remaining 2 inches, and those 2 inches I am now going to be making, instead of making an increase down here, we are now going to be making a decrease. So I am now going to come and slip stitch in this very first stitch. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. That is 1. I come to the next one, I slip stitch twice. I slip stitch in the next one thrice. I slip stitch in the 4th one and also in the 5th one. Well, after slip stitching to the 5th one, I am going to come and then add my blue yarn. So when I attach my blue yarn, I am going to first join these 2 colors together and I chain 1. So I am now going to get a pair of scissors and cut off this pink yarn. After that, I am now going to start with placing a double crochet in this 5th stitch where I have stopped slip stitching. I come and place there my very first double crochet. I come to the next stitch, place there a double crochet, yarn over, come to the next one and place there a double crochet, come to the next one, place there a double crochet, and the next one as well, up to when I reach the end of the line. When I come at the end on this other side, remember we are still making no increase. I am just gonna place 1 double crochet in this very last chain and then turn my work. When I turn my work, I again start by placing 1 double crochet in the very first one and come to the next one, come place 1 double crochet in the next one and continue up to the end of the line. At the end, I am going to come and place a double crochet in this very last stitch. So after that, I am going to chain 1 and then turn my work. When I turn my work, I am going to come in this very first stitch and I slip stitch, that is 1, come to the second one, slip stitch 2, come to the 3rd one, to the 4th one, and then to the 5th one. So let me hope that you can see that this on this side where we made an increase and where we have made a decrease on this side, they are on the same level, like they are on the same line. So we are trying to equate this side to this side. This side we used an increase, so this side we are gonna be using a decrease. Let me hope you have got that. And I am going to now get my pink yarn and I reattach it. I'm going to start by making a double crochet in this very first stitch, and then come to the next one, make a double crochet, come to the next one, make a double crochet. Well, remember we are making the last 2 inches of the 6 inches which we're supposed to be in the middle. So I am gonna do this and get back to you when I am done making my lines of 2 inches. Well, this is it. I am done with my second 6 inches, so I now have a total of 12 inches. This can stretch to 12 inches. Remember, for the second 6 inches we have not been making any increase up here, so we are now going to do our last 6 inches. Remember, this was a total of 12 inches. For the last 6 inches we are gonna be decreasing down here, and we are also going to be decreasing at the top. So I am going to come right here. Instead of chaining 1, you can just, after making a double crochet, you can just return your work and then come slip stitch in the very first stitch, come to the next one, the second one, come to the third one, come to the fourth one, and then the fifth one. I have considered not chaining 1 since a chain 1 was over making this point sharp, but if you're okay with it you can still chain 1. Well, after this I am now gonna come and I attach my next color. After that I am going to start by placing a double crochet in this very first stitch, this 5th stitch. Well, slip stitching to the 5th stitch is a decrease. I am now going to place 1 double crochet in each and every stitch without skipping any, up to when I get to the top part where I am going to place a decrease. Well, if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, and if at all you have not yet subscribed, click on that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Well, let me get back to you when I am at the end where I am going to make a decrease as well. In the last 2 stitches, it's where we are going to place our decrease. I'm going to yarn over and come in the first one. I yarn over, pull through the 2 stitches. So instead of pulling through the last 2 stitches, I'm going to just yarn over and come in this very last stitch. I yarn over and pull through. I now have 4 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through the first 2. I now have 3 and yarn over, pull through the last 3 at the end. Well, this is a decrease. I again turn my work. So now I am going to be ending the line with a decrease and again starting the line with a decrease, just like we did with the increases. So I'm going to come in this very first stitch. I yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2. I again yarn over, come to the very next stitch, yarn over, pull through 4 loops on the hook. I yarn over, pull through the first 2, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops. I now place normal double crochets in each and every stitch up to the end. Well, when I reach this side, I am going to come in this very first stitch and I slip stitch, come to the next one. Remember, I told you you can choose to first chain 1 or not. So I come to the 4th one, slip stitch, come to the 5th one and slip stitch. When I come right here, I am going to bring in my other color After attaching my color, I am going to start by placing a double crochet right here in this very first stitch. I come to the next one and place there a double crochet, come to the next one, place there a double crochet at the next one as well, up to when I reach the other side. Well, when I reach this side, I am going to make a decrease, yarn over, pull through 3 loops of the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2. I again yarn over, come to this very last stitch, yarn over, pull through 4 loops of the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. After that, I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. So when I turn my work, I again start with a decrease, come right here, place there a decrease, yarn over, come to the second one, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. When I come to the next stitches, I am going to place there normal double crochets. So this is going to be the pattern for this other side. I am gonna be making a decrease at the end and the beginning of each and every line, and on this side I'll have to slip stitch to the 5th stitch and then start with my double crochets. So I'm gonna do this up to when I have my remaining 6 inches to make it a total of 18 inches. So let me get back to you when I am done with my front part. Well, I am done with my front part and this is what I have. So we are now going to make the back part, and for the back part we are going to make extensions from the edges here. We are going to come on this side and make some extensions, and also come on this other side and make some extensions. I am gonna use one color for my back part and I'm gonna use blue, so I'm going to come right here and I reattach my yarn. So I am going to be making a decrease at the start and end of each line. I'm going to yarn over, come right here in this very first stitch. I am going to place there a decrease, come, place there a decrease, I yarn over, come, place no more double crochets in each and every stitch up to when I reach this side. I have 2 remaining stitches on this side, so I am going to come in these 2 stitches and I place there my decrease at the end of the line. After that, I am going to chain 1 and turn my work. So when I turn my work, I again start with making a decrease. I come right here in these first 2 stitches and make a decrease. After making a decrease, I am just gonna place normal double crochets in each and every stitch up to when I reach the end of the line. At the end of this line, I'm going to come and place a decrease in these last 2 stitches. Come, place there a decrease. After that, I'm going to chain 1 and then turn my work. Well, I am going to do this decreasing at the start and end of each and every line, and I'm gonna do this up to when I have 2 inches. So let me be doing this and get back to you when I have the 2 inches. I have decreased up to when I have got 2 inches, and at 2 inches I am going to stop making a decrease. So I am just gonna be placing normal double crochets in each and every stitch, and I am going to do this for a couple of lines. I'm gonna be placing double crochets in each and every stitch without skipping any, and when I reach the end, instead of making a decrease, I'm just gonna place there 1 double crochet. So I am going to, after that, I chain 1 and turn my work. When I turn my work, I again resume placing 1 double crochet in each and every stitch. So I'm going to do this for a couple of lines up to when I have something that can tie my back comfortably, and after that, after doing this, I'll come on this other side and do the same thing. I start with making a decrease at the start and end of each and every line, and when I get 2 inches, I stop making any decrease. I just make normal lines of double crochets up to when I have something that can easily tie around my back. I am done making extensions on both sides, and this is it. We are going to go to our final part, and that is going to be doing the neck area. My neck area is going to have a length of 7 inches, so I'm going to come and make a chain. I start by making a slip knot. After making a slip knot, I yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, up to when I have something that can equate to 7 inches without stretching. These are my 7 inches, and I am gonna make an extra chain of 3 since I'm going to be using double crochets. After that, I'm going to come in the 4th chain, and I place there my very first double crochet. Come to the next chain, place there a double crochet. Come to the next one and place there a double crochet up to the end of the line. I have reached the end, and I'm going to chain 1 and then turn my work. So when I turn my work, we are now going to be placing the double crochets in only the back loops. So I'm going to yarn over and come in this very first back loop, and I place there my double crochet. I yarn over, come to the very next back loop and place there a double crochet. Come to the next one and place there a double crochet. Come to the next one as well and place there a double crochet. I come to this next one, place there a double crochet up to the end. Don't forget to place a double crochet in this very last back loop. You can place there a double crochet, you chain 1 and then turn your work. So when you turn your work, you start by placing a double crochet, but in only this very first back loop. I can place there a double crochet, come place a double crochet in the next back loop, come to the next one, place there a double crochet. I also come to the next one and place there a double crochet. Well, this is going to be the pattern. I am going to be placing double crochets in only the back loops, and make sure to place a double crochet in each and every stitch. Do not skip any. You are now going to get your measuring tape and you rotate it around your head like you are going to measure your head. And I already did mine, and I have 21.5 inches. So I'm gonna make lines of double crochets in only the back loops that can stretch to 21 inches. I am done, and this is it. These can stretch to 21 inches. So I'm gonna fold it, and we are gonna join the 2 parts together with a slip stitch. I am going to come right here and I reattach my yarn. After attaching my yarn, I am again going to come in this very first stitch and also come in the very first stitch on this other side, and I slip stitch. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. Come to the very next stitch and the very next one on the other side. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. Come to the very next stitch and the very next one on this other side. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. Come to the next one and the next one as well, and I slip stitch. I again come to the next one and the next one on the other side. I yarn over, pull through, and also pull through the loop that I have on the hook. So I am going to do this up to when I reach the bottom. Well, this is it. I am done, and now you are going to get your top. Do you remember those 6 inches where we never made any increase or decrease at the top here? So that's where we are going to slip stitch. That's where we are going to join this neck area to the top from. So I am going to get my top and put it on this neck area. So I am going to put it in a place where I see that it has properly balanced, and that's where I am going to start slip stitching from. So I am going to come right here and I reattach my yarn, and I am now going to start slip stitching from this point here up to when I reach this point where my 6 inches stopped. So I'm gonna come right here and slip stitch. I come into the very next stitch and also the very next stitch on the other side and slip stitch and over pull through. So pull through the loop that I have on the hook. I come to the very next stitch and the very next one and slip stitch. Also come into the very next one and the very next one on the other side and slip stitch. I come to the next one and the next one on the other side and slip stitch. So I am going to do this up to when I get to this point here where my 6 inches ended. And finally, this has marked the end of today's tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've loved the process of making this top. Well, let me meet you again in my next video.